10 mods enter. Only one will come out victorious. It's time for Mod Wars. Mod Wars is filmed on location at Funshine Laboratories. Hey everybody, FunshineX here. Welcome to Funshine Laboratories, where I am owner, CEO, and head scientist. Today is the first episode, the first filming of Mod Wars, which happens inside the Funshine Labs. And I'd like to go ahead and show you what exactly Mod Wars is. But first, I'd like to give you a tour of the laboratory. Let's go ahead and enter these nonchalant doors. We're here in the middle of the desert. And no one should ever find this its top secret location. Go ahead and go in here and meet Steve. He's our resident security guard. Hey Steve, how you doing? Here's my ID badge. See it? Yep, I'm good to go. If not, he would push that red button there, and security would be all over me. Definitely need to go through security here. I can't have any water in there, so let's delete that and look inside our bags. Oh, yeah, it's probably not good to have some knives and explosives either. So let's go ahead and throw those in the trash, and we'll go ahead and put our bag on the conveyor belt. And Brian over there can look at it. Everything look good, Brian? He's staring at that monitor. He doesn't do anything but... Oh, hello, Brian. How's it going? Cool. Keeping it secure. Thanks, bud. And, yeah, let's walk through the metal detector. All right, we're good to go. Let's grab our backpack, and we're on our way. Funshine Laboratories was just barely built recently, so it's very pristine and clear. There's not a lot going on. I'm sure sooner or later people are going to start leaving stuff in the hallway, and it's going to need some cleaning eventually. But here we go. This is the first hallway where Mod Wars will take place. And as you can see from the monitor here, the Mod War topic that we're going to be covering today is Cobble generators. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants. In the blue corner, we have Vanilla. Coming to us in orange, Applied Energistics. In red, we have Thermal Expansion, and in purple, Computer Craft. Over here in cyan, we have Open Blocks, and representing yellow is... Wait, Thermal Expansion can have 2 entries. Is that allowed? Somebody check the rules. Coming to us in pink, Minefactory Reloaded. Factorization, wearing green today. And at the end of the road here, we have Engineer's Toolbox in brown and Extra Utilities in black. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be checking out all these mods, putting to the test, see who is best, who is more fun, who is easier, and all that kind of jazz at doing the specified topic. That being today, Cobble generation. You can see this wonderful block of cobble sitting here on the pedestal. Every Minecrafter knows you must be able to generate cobblestone because there's not much of it in the... oh, wait. There's tons of cobblestone in the world. Anyway, if you're playing a Skyblack map, you know you need tons of cobble and must generate on your own. And you have lots of ways to do it. Most people end up going the vanilla route, or some of the other routes here, we'll see. There also I've uncovered a few very rare and shouldn't open that door. Very rare ways that many people probably haven't even seen before. So let's get started. We're gonna go right on in with vanilla. Open the doors, please, vanilla. Show us what you got. Here we go. You're gonna see a lot of the cobble gens look very similar to this. Only that the way that they process the cobble is gonna make a difference. So here's a very typical vanilla setup. We'll take a pickaxe out here. We have some kind of water, some kind of lava. In between, they make cobble. All you have to do, click on the cobble. Boom, you've got cobble. Hooray! Cobble generation. I've put a nice obsidian block back there so I don't accidentally break out the back wall. But as you can see, this cobble generation suffers from a few things. A, I've got to have a pick, which gets damaged and is very slow. B, sometimes the cobble goes into the lava, right? And C, I have to stand here and manually click. Vanilla, you are losing points rapidly. Let's go over here and actually see a very similar design that's actually easier and smaller and faster. Not many people go with the stone generator. This doesn't truly generate stone without a silk touch pickaxe, but with a normal pickaxe, it generates cobble. And everyone knows that stone is faster to mine. Whoa, what's going on? That is not supposed to happen. Let's try that again. Alright, some kind of lag there at Funshine Laboratories. Somebody must have flushed the toilet. I don't know. Anyway, so vanilla gets a little bit higher marks for the stone generation. As you can see, we're getting cobble a little bit faster. We can also upgrade our pick, and that's going to help. But we are, again, waiting for the lava and water to mix. So even though we've got a faster pick, we're sitting here waiting. All right, so here's the marks for vanilla. For speed, very average. We get the 3 paw rating. Crafting cost, there's not much to craft at all, so it gets a 4.5. Automation, it does create cobble on its own, but there's no way to harvest it, so only 1 paw for automation. Lag doesn't really cause any lag at all, so we get 4 paws here. And coolness, there is really nothing cool about it, half a paw. Alright, who do we have next? We have thermal expansion. Let's go ahead and check it on out. Wow, that is pretty simple thermal expansion. You're not showing off much here, but in its simplicity is its perfection. The igneous extruder from thermal expansion is very cheap to build and can generate cobble automatically, indefinitely, with just some water and some lava input into its internal tanks. Flip the switch, and we have cobble automatically being outputted in the inventory next to the extruder. We do not need to have any kind of interaction. As long as the chunk is loaded, this will generate cobble. It is not the fastest, as you can see. It's not too much faster than we saw in vanilla. Thermal expansion, very good showing. Let's see the marks for thermal expansion. For speed, a very average score, 3 paws. Crafting cost, pretty simple to make. We'll give it 3.5 paws. Automation, it's going to earn top marks. There's really nothing to do once you set it up, 5 paws. Lag, there's really no lag at all, no moving parts, so again, 5 paws for that. And finally, coolness is not really cool, 3.5 paws. Alright, next we are going for open blocks, a mod that has a jack of all trades, ton of different blocks that you can get, so you sometimes get lost and wondering, what do they all do? But one of the things you can do with open blocks is cobble gen. Well, look at this guy. I'm using the simple stone generator setup that we had in the vanilla, but instead of breaking it with a pickaxe, who wants to do that? We'll just get the block breaker from open blocks. Simply flip on the switch, and there she goes. Hooray! A little bit faster than thermal expansion. No tools needed, no repairing needed. Again, only need to have the chunk loaded. Does not cause much lag other than you have just a water source running, so you can really scale this and not worry about too much lag. And you can see it generates cobble on its own, ejecting into any kind of inventory. So here's the marks for open blocks. For speed, it's about the same as all the others we've seen so far, 3 paws. Crafting cost, it does take 3 diamonds, but other than that it's pretty cheap, so we'll give it 3.5. Automation, nothing to do once you get it set up, so full 5 paws for that. Lag, a little bit of flowing water and flowing lava, so we'll go down to 4 paws. And coolness, meh, it's alright, 3 paws. Next up, we have Minefactory Reloaded. If we go in here, it looks very similar to the room we just saw, except there's one addition, and that's an energy cell. Yes, Minefactory Reloaded's block breaker requires energy. Boo! Boo! Hiss! Doing the exact same thing as open blocks, taking energy in the process to generate cobble, and not doing it any faster, as we can see by flipping this lever. We are still at the slow rate of waiting for the lava and the water to mix to form the stone, and then it will harvest it. It does automatically output into an inventory, and it does it on its own with no repairs or interaction necessary, except that it does require energy. So Minefactory Reloaded, here's your marks. For speed, another average score of 3 paws. For crafting cost, the block itself is pretty cheap, but the requirement of energy makes the score go drop way down to 1.5 paws. Automation, again, you've got to give it power, so we're only going to give it 3.5 paws for that. Lag, not much. We'll go ahead and give it 4 paws. And as far as coolness factor, requiring energy, not cool. 2.5 paws. Alright, next up we have the second entry from thermal expansion. I don't know if that's part of the rules, but let's go see what it has to is showing us here. Interesting. What is going on here? This is an autonomous activator from thermal expansion. I have the same setup with the stone generation from the lava and water, and the autonomous activator will right-click or left-click on a block with the item in its inventory. So if we go and put this diamond pickaxe up here, tell it to use that first slot, it's going to use that pick, and we can turn it on, and it will break the item. There it goes. Pretty fast. Again, the speed being determinant on the type of pick that I use. Lower marks here because we will have to repair the pickaxe or put a new pickaxe in its place when it breaks. And also the item is not retrieved by the activator. You have to have some other way of actually getting the cobble. So here in this case I've put a hopper below it, and you can see it's outputting into the barrel from the hopper. So thermal expansion with the autonomous activator can't really generate the cobble on its own. It needs a little bit of help here, but again, once you put in a tool, it's automated until the point the tool breaks and you have to replace it. So here's the marks for thermal expansion.
For speed, a little bit low because we've got to wait for that pickaxe to work, so 2 paws. Crafting cost, it's not too bad to craft, but then we've got to keep crafting diamond picks, so 1 paw there. Automation, again, we've got to keep crafting those picks, so only 2 paws, sorry. For lag, a little bit lower because it has potential for items to fall on the ground, so 3.5 paws. And coolness, it's alright, 3.5 paws.
Alright, this wouldn't be a FunShotX video if we didn't cover computer craft. Let's go ahead and check it out. Very similar setup to all the rest, except this time we have a turtle in the place, acting as the block breaker. Pretty easy to do, except we have to write a program. Let's look at the programs I have here. It's called Dig, pretty easy. Let's go ahead and really quick just look and see how simple it is. We have while true, infinite loop, dig, drop down, and sleep for a second. Go ahead and run the turtle in dig mode. There he goes. He breaks the block, and look, we have a problem with lag again where the lava has gone and messed up our generator. There it goes. It fixed itself. Okay. So that's one thing about the turtle is if you don't have a large enough delay and you have a little bit of lag and the lava flows before the water flows, you can get some problems in this kind of generator. But you can see he corrected himself. He's now generating the cobble, dumping it into a chest. The only problem with a turtle is if you unload the chunk and come back, you're going to need to start him, boot him back up again, maybe have this as the startup program or whatnot. Pretty cool. That's the computer craft. Here are its marks.
For speed, I bumped it up just a little bit because you can customize it in the code, 3.5 paws. Crafting cost, just 3 diamonds, really nothing much else, so 3.5 paws. As far as automation, it lost a little bit here because you do have to write code to get it started, 3 paws. Lag, one of these will probably be fine, but if you got a bunch of them, you might get a little bit of lag, so 3 paws there. And coolness, yeah, it's pretty cool, 4 paws.
Okay, for our next mod, the orange corner, we have applied energistics. Wait, isn't this a mod all about crafting and storage? Can it do cobble generators? Yes, it can. This is known as the transition plane, a block that will take any item that's put in front of it, convert it into energy, and store it in its storage network. Again, we have the stone being generated by the cobble or the lava and the water. And the transition plane is set here to go ahead and grab that item and throw it into this Java barrel via storage bus. One thing noted here is you cannot turn off the transition plane on and off on its own. To do that here, I've put a dark cable with a lever, and that will disconnect it from the controller. So that's how I've controlled whether to turn this mod on or this breaker on or off. Another downside here is we do need energy to keep the controller running and the transition plane activated, as well as a storage bus. So if we turn this on, we can see that we are taking, let's convert to MJ, 1.7 MJ per tick to keep this system running. But you can see it's very quick. As soon as that cobble forms, it's instantly digitized and stored in the storage bus into the Java barrel. Pretty cool. That transfers instant. This requires no interaction. The only thing being required would be some sort of power, even though the requirement is very low. Here's the marks for applied energistics.
Alright, this mod is very fast at both harvesting and storage, so we're giving it 4 paws for speed. Crafting cost, it costs a lot, so only 1 paw there. Automation, it works great on its own, don't need any intervention here, so 4.5 paws. Lag doesn't cause much at all, so 4 paws for that score. And coolness, it is pretty cool, 4.5 paws.
Alright, we're getting towards the end of the hallway, but no Mod Wars would be complete without a visit from Factorization. Let's see what it has to offer in the form of cobble generation. Here we've got the setup. It's a little more complicated. We've got a socket here attached with a motor attached with a diamond cutting blade. That diamond cutting blade will cut this stone and turn it into cobble. One thing noted is you must use a stone generator in this place because if you use a straight up cobble gen, you will get gravel as the output. So let's go ahead and turn him on. He's going to spin up. This guy wins marks for coolness because he does look very nice. When it first starts up, it runs pretty slow. Yeah, that's like as slow as a wooden pickaxe cutting that stone down. I've got diamond head on here. Come on, go a little bit faster. Dude, come on. Alright, is he full speed now? Alright, he is full speed, and you can see he is very, very slow. He also takes factorization power, which you probably don't have in your base because not many things require it, and it's not easily converted to other forms of energy. You can see his battery that I gave him is already run out of juice, and he is now shut down. So he does require constant supply of energy, and he is very slow. Let's look at the marks for factorization.
Alright, for a diamond cutting drill, this thing should go a lot faster, so only 1 paw for speed. Crafting cost, it costs a lot, especially with the power requirement, so 1.5 paws there. Automation, it's alright, we'll give it 2 paws. And then as far as lag, factorization has been known to cause some lag in the past, 3 paws there. And coolness, it's actually pretty cool, so we'll give it 4.5.
Alrighty guys, let's go ahead and look at extra utilities in the black corner. Wow, this is very simple. Here we're using a straight up water source and lava source with the cobble in the middle. Normally this would not be good for a cobble generator because as soon as you break that cobble, the water rushes in and forms obsidian. I'm sure everyone has done that sometime in their Minecraft career, and you always are cursing and wondering how you were so bad at building cobble generators. Well, leave extra utilities to fix all that for you. This mod generates cobble without ever actually breaking the cobble block, so you can put your water and your lava next to each other and never fear of having obsidian. You also don't have any lag because you've got no flowing liquids here, so you can scale this infinitely, really, as much as your computer will support. Here you need the transfer node, and that's all you need, the only item you need from extra utilities to make this work. One little simple item, and you've got it running. Pretty easy. It does take an ender pearl, but once you've got that, you have infinite cobble. Let's go ahead and turn it on and watch the cobble come in. I believe this is one of the fastest cobble generations there is. As you can watch that number just count, go up, 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 and it goes. All right. Pretty good showing, extra utilities. Let's see your marks.
There's nothing faster, so for speed we're giving it a full 5 paws. For crafting cost, it's the only one that costs an ender pearl, so I'm going to drop it down to 4 paws there. For automation, really nothing to do at all, 5 paws. For lag, nothing that could cause lag, so I'm going to give it 5 paws there as well. And this mod is pretty dang cool. I'm going to give it 4.5 paws.
Alright everyone, we're down to our final entry from Engineer's Toolbox. A very obscure mod that not many people use, so let's go see what it has to offer, see if it can compete with all the rest of the big names in modding. Come on, Engineer's Toolbox, bring something good. Well, alright, let's see what we got here. Got our stone generation coming, and we have this thing called a modular socket. The modular socket is a little expensive to build, and once you build it, you've got to put a bunch of sockets on, or modules into it. This one required a breaker module, which is next to this stone block here. I have this inventory module on here just for kicks. You don't really need it. You need the redstone socket, redstone input, so you can send a signal, and you're going to need the inventory output action to take the inventory that from the cobble it breaks and put it into some kind of chest or barrel. So, all of that, after you build that, you've next got to get a socket controller, configure everything, which is not easy to understand from the wiki, but once you learn it, it's not too bad. Basically, we've set everything to use inventory 0, and they're working on the redstone signal 100, and I've got a timer from Project Red. So we're going to go ahead and flip this guy on. This is set to a 1.5 second timer, just with the lag I have on my computer. This seemed to be a pretty good time where I don't have to worry about the water and the lava mixing here. So as soon as the stone's built, it's instantly broken and put down into our better barrel. Pretty cool. So 1 cobble every 1.5 seconds. A little bit slower than the other mod that we just looked at, but not too bad. Once you get past the upfront learning curve and the cost of all the sockets and actions, then it's a pretty good cobble generation system. So let's look at its marks.
So for speed, we've returned to the average block breaker, so we'll give it a 3 paws there. Crafting cost, quite a bit, so we're going to go way down to 1 paws. Automation, here it's lower, mainly because the difficulty to set it up, and the requirement for a clock dropped its lag score significantly. If you use this mod, you're pretty cool, so we'll give you 4.5 paws.
Alright everyone, we've seen all the entries. It's time to tally up all the scores, see who won the Mod Wars for Cobble Generation. And the winner is...
Extra Utilities!
Dun 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 dun! Alright, good job. So this trophy will go to that mod, but don't fret if you think something, one of these mods did it better, or you can come up with an even better design than one of these 10. Submit it below in the comments, either a picture or a write-up, and if enough people vote for it with the thumbs up tool, that will win the Viewer's Choice Trophy. So, pretty cool. You guys have a way to award your own trophies in case you completely disagree with the way I voted and why I awarded the top prize. So, make sure you put stuff in the comments letting me know which mod you think is the best cobble generator. Alright everyone, that's it for this episode of Mod Wars. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button if you did, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for all the videos from Utopia, Mod Wars, and everything else that Funshine Laboratories will bring to you in the future. Come on back next time and we'll be looking at Mod Wars with tree farms. See which mods can harvest those trees faster than you can punch them. Alright guys, Funshine X signing off. Catch you later. Bye.